Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And yeah, we're having another go at one Julius Chameleon Malema. Because I think this guy is schizo, I really do. He's got so many sides to him, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But what are we talking about? We're talking about how he, as a person, ripped off the VBS Mutual Bank. You know, the one that went belly up last year? Well, Julius Malema had his nose deep in the trough. This is an African bank that was just open slather for the politicians. The lifestyle and political aspirations of EFF President Julius Malema were also funded from the 16 million rand robbed from the VBS Mutual Bank. Scorpio's investigation into the bank statements of VBS beneficiary and slush fund Mahuna Investments show how the life savings of the poor and vulnerable VBS depositors, as well as the municipalities around the country, were transformed into school-related expenses for Malema's sons and were used to pay for Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and tailored suits from designers like Linda Makanya, the Polokwane Party venue, and the EFF. Scorpio can now reveal details of how at least 5.3 million rand in VBS loot was siphoned off to Mahuna Investments, and how the bank card linked to this account followed Malema around the country, maintaining his personal lifestyle. Now, let's get this totally clear in our heads, guys. VBS Mutual Bank, its main depositors were very poor Africans who lived in townships and municipalities largely located in the Limpopo region, where one Julius Malema had a lot of influence. And a lot of those municipalities threw millions of rands into this VBS Mutual Bank because they were told to, and the CEOs of the municipalities didn't have a clue what they were doing, so they just did it. And coming out the other end was Julius Malema taking the money. And of course, according to him, he's squeaky clean. Well, things are starting to become derailed. In July 2018, hundreds of panicked people queued for days at the headquarters of VBS Mutual Bank in Thohoyandou, Limpopo, in an attempt to extract their money from the failed bank. For some, the flames of panic were fueled by the knowledge that their entire life savings were deposited at the VBS. Meanwhile, during the same month in 2018, one Julius Malema utilized beneficiary of VBS loot Mahuna Investments bank card to spend 900,000 rand on Gucci and Lecoq Sportif in Sandton City. 27,094 rand. The Durban July, 30,860 rand. The Hampshire Hotel in Belito, 11,560 rand. The Polokwane Party venue, Makiti Lodge, 416,900 rand. And the Nando's in Vryburg, 149 rand. If one VBS depositor managed to save 2,000 rand per month, it would have taken them more than 1 year to fund Malema's Gucci and Lecoq Sportif expenses at Sandton City in just July 2018. The 900,000 rand Malema spent during July 2018 from Mahuna Investments' business account at ABSA is part of Malema's share of the loot. At least 5.3 million rand are robbed from the VBS bank. Without calculating tax implications, the VBS sourced millions are about 4 times Malema's annual salary as a member of the parliament. Now, it goes without saying, he's never gone before a court for this. And the National Prosecuting Authority, the Public Protector, all these various institutions out there to go and, check these guys are just so tied up with them that they're never ever going to go before a court. This is just absolutely ridiculous. And just on this subject, neither Malema nor EFF spokesman Misuse, Condom and Lozi reacted to email detailed questions sent to the EFF top management on Thursday, the 5th of September 2019. Malema had previously denied any link to Mahuna Investments or the VBS. In his response to Scorpio's question, Faleng claimed that the expenses in Mahuna's investment bank statements are all his own, that the company is a legitimate business and that he has done no wrong. He further denies that the account of which he is a legal owner is a recipient of VBS loot and says the company has paid all the relevant taxes. Scorpio attempted to get video footage from several shops where the acquisitions were made. Some of the shops deleted their footage every few months, and some cited legal considerations or fear for getting trashed as a reason for not sharing their footage with Daily Maverick. A close associate of a high-end shop confirmed that Malema is a well-known customer who has his own shop assistant. A second source in the managerial position confirmed the first assertion, adding that Julius visits the shop when it's quiet and asks for unbranded bags before he leaves. In this article, we will dissect Faleng's claims along with an analysis of our data. We focus on the 5.3 million rand in the VBS money funneled to Malema, which forms part of the illegal 16.1 million rand Brian Shivambu's company, Skameka Projects, received from VBS. It is crucial to note that Skameka Projects was not a legitimate company and provided no legitimate service to anyone. The only money it ever received was derived from the VBS bank. The company offered no service in return, paid no taxes, and employed no staff. Everything flowed out of Skameka Projects is therefore proceeds of crime. Skameka Projects paid a total of 4.8 million rand in several tranches to Mahuna Investments, the company's VBS bank statements show. A further analysis of the Standard Bank accounts of Floyd Shivambu's slush fund, Grand Azania, detail how 500,000 rand was also paid over to Mahuna Investments. Now, I'm going to just show you the graphic and then we'll get back to the story. Scorpio followed the VBS money trail and can now provide a detailed account of how stolen VBS money funded Malema's lifestyle, business ventures and political aspirations. The shopping list. Over 10 million rand was paid into Mahuna Investments between 2017 and 2018. About the same amount was spent. Of this 10 million, 5.3 million rand is illegal VBS money. This shopping list details a few of the items and goods Malema spent his slush fund money on between 2017 and 2018. And the big ones are the Durban July. This is 2017 to 2018. Over 500,000 rand spent by Malema. Miketi Lodge, 1,790,000 rand. Sandown House and Pool, nearly 500,000 rand. Those are the biggies. There are a whole lot of other ones. But school fees, 200,000 rand. Nice. Total was just under 4 million rand, straight out of the VBS. We analysed about 470 transactions affected in 2017 and 2018 that were captured in Mahuna's investment bank statements. These included the VBS bank statements of Skameka Projects and the Standard Bank statements of Grand Azania, which form part of a broader criminal investigation into wrongdoing at VBS. The Mahuna Investments account received over 10 million rand in this period, about half of it VBS money. As explained above, all the money derived from Skameka Projects is proceeds of crime. Just over 4 million rand from 12 unidentified sources were also paid into the account. In July and August 2018, Afri Rent also paid a total of R500,000 rand to Mahuna Investments. Amabugani's Mika Reddy and Stefan's Brahma reported that these payments may be seriously questionable and linked the payment to a possible kickback derived from a R1 billion fleet tender involving the city of Johannesburg. And I'm just going to show you the second chart where you can see how that all works. Mahuna Investments is a slush fund that seemingly paid no taxes or any other business expenses. The bank statements show it did not operate as a business, does not have a website or logo, and seemingly did not tender for any state contracts, as Faleng's and other companies Tsachidi Trading did. Instead, it contributed towards Malema's eldest son's school fees. The Munzezi Family Trust, named after Malema's middle son. Malema's house and pool in the affluent Johannesburg suburb of Sandton, tailored suits from designer Linda Makanya, the popular Polokwane party venue Maketi Lodge, the EFF's birthday celebrations, and Malema's own political campaign. At the same time, the bank card linked to Mahuna Investments has followed Malema around the country by matching Malema's diary documented on public social media accounts with the point-of-sale bank card transactions. Scorpio found that, amongst others, the VBS loot was spent in Durban and Ballito during the Durban July in 2017 and 2018 on the EFF's 5th birthday celebrations, close to East London. The 2018 land debate in Northwest, as well as in Seshego and Polokwane, on numerous occasions included Malema's grandmother's birthday in 2017 and during Christmas and New Year in 2017 and 2018. Now, this is a guy who's going out to his supporters and saying, "I'm on your side." And he's just rorted the VBS bank, and probably a lot of his supporters were the victims of that. And of course, he doesn't want them to know that, does he? This man is a complete charlatan. Anyway, let's continue. These point-of-sale transactions where the cardholder is in the shop account for roughly 40% of all transactions in the Mahuna Investments account. At the same time, Malema's cousin and owner of the Mahuna Investments account, Matsobani Faleng, received a sum of 245,000 rand in director's fees paid into his personal account between 2017 and 2018. Faleng's public social media accounts, as well as those of his associates, do not suggest that he was at the same location when and where the money from the Mahuna business card was spent, as detailed. When questioned, Faleng described Mahuna Investments as a small company that is doing the right thing. Telephonically, he denied ever receiving any VBS money. "I wish to put on record that we are a tax-compliant small company and do not owe our taxes," Faleng said. The Mahang Bank statement recorded no tax or VAT payments in 2017 and 2018. According to tax law, VAT payments must be paid to SARS by the company which generates the income. In 2012, Faleng also denied any family relationship to Malema. In answers to Scorpio 7 years later, on the 8th of September, Faleng said, "It is not a secret that Malema is one of my many cousins." Vehement denials and violent online attacks of journalists became the trademark of Malema, Floyd Shivambu, and EFF supporters since October 2018, when the involvement in the VBS bank robbery spilled into the public area. Malema claimed repeatedly that no VBS money came into our coffers and the EFF's books are open for all journalists to see. None of this is true. Scorpios tried 5 times, requested Malema and the EFF Treasury General Leanne Matthys to open their books as promised. First, we are told to wait until after the May 2019 elections. After the elections, we received no reply to our requests. In their report titled The Great Bank Heist, Matthau and Werkmans stated that 53 people and entities stole 1.89 billion rand from the VBS bank. Brian Shivambu, the frontman for Malema, and his brother Floyd, was listed as amongst the biggest recipients of illegal money. In the chart I've just shown you, you can see the machinations are a crude scheme designed to mask the money's origin and obscure the ultimate beneficiaries: Julius Malema, Floyd Shivambu, and the economic freedom fighters. All roads lead to Rome. There is no documentation or explanation to support the 5.3 million rand siphoned off from VBS, which Scameka Projects dumped into Malema's slush fund. According to Faleng, Mahuna Investments did consultancy work for Scameka Projects. That, however, is practically impossible, as Scameka Projects conducted no business, delivered no service, and received no other income, apart from the VBS loot. Scorpio asked Faleng to assist our investigations by describing the consultancy work done for Scameka Projects, how many people he employed, what his rates per hour were, and his recommendations to the problems for Scameka Projects were. Faleng said only, "I have answered your questions." Nothing in Mahuna Investments' bank statements suggests any of the above expenses or income. In fact, nothing in Mahuna Investments' bank statements suggests that the company operated as a legitimate company. The expenses rather suggest the money was used for personal expenses such as clothing, groceries, accommodation, and travel expenses. Further to that, VBS bank statements show that Brian Shivambu's Scameka Projects delivered no service to deserve the cash payments from VBS-linked companies, and he did not qualify for the home loan and business loan VBS granted to the company. Now, there's a whole lot more on this, and I'm just going to give you the link below so you can read the whole article. But you can see how corrupt Malema is, Shivambu are. They're all feeding from the same trough. They have totally destroyed the lives of the very people they claim to be representing, the poor black Africans who actually had money in that bank, who've lost all their money because it's been stolen by these thugs, these thieves, these politicians. And yet they have never even been charged for anything. It's ridiculous. Then consider Ernst Rutz. This is how duplicitous the whole legal system and the judiciary are in South Africa. It is a total disgrace. Now, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed.